I think load shedding is a type of workout.
Something with bushes and a headshot.
I think you need to carry heavy stuff.
Shedding off all that hair until it becomes a load.
But a shed could be a garden house, and load, so maybe load shedding could be you renovate your shed.
Art of removing load or burden from somebody.
So when you're waiting for a video to load and it gets stuck in a certain percentage.
Sometimes it's good just to get with friends and you just talk to them, you get out everything that's on your soul, all your problems, and that's what load shedding is.
Load shedding, noun, action to reduce the load on something, especially the interruption of an electricity supply to avoid excessive load on the generating plant. Implemented in South Africa, 2008.
Load shedding for us will work best if it's in the early hours of the morning when I'm still sleeping in my bed.
Well, I would say the best time is at night when everyone is sleeping.
From about 10 to 12 or 10 to 1, where there's still visibility, guards can still do the work, people can still move around. At night time it's a risk. Any dark hours, I'd say it's a bit of a negative. So I would say, if possible, I'd say when everybody's at work, because they, operating at work and they're in different areas, I think the impact's going to be so much more less, crime-wise and obviously living-wise. People.
Yeah, I think we are more vulnerable at night.
And that goes for everywhere.
Irrespective of how well load shedding is planned, it just can't be fair because it all comes back to the poor guy that's trying to make a living.
Yeah, I think it's why that I was getting my house breaking.
House breaking?
Sure, house robberies.
Oh, so when a grand shop, we do it.
I'm busy kanjalo kuzoba ngathi no umbeka kwenye level abanye abantu yathi phandayo.
Obviously, when the power gets cut off in certain areas, the elements of the crime element actually, rises to the extreme.
Be aware. People tend to live in a false sense of security.
A criminal gets the same information we get. So if he knows there's going to be load shedding between a certain period, he'll target that area. I mean, it's proven through history, no one goes and steals under floodlights.
Crime's easier during load shedding because your cameras aren't being used. The street lights are down so you don't see anything. It's easy for them to hide, easy for them to get away. Definitely made easier because of load shedding. And they know their schedules, so they know which areas are going to be hit, so they lurk around those areas until load shedding comes and out they go. They know that we're not out there and we're not observing.
They know which areas are being targeted. All right. You find syndicates, and I mean some syndicates that's been apprehended as 250 strong. So it's big crime organizations that goes out. What happens in a store? Firstly, your EAS dies at the door. EAS is a security tag that's on most of the clothing. So if it's not taken off and it goes out, the actual pedestal would make an alarm. So that dies. So if you've got 4 or 5 people walking out at the same time, there's a lot of stock loss that takes place. Normally, based on the fact that it's in malls, we don't do body searches, those kind of things on clients, and they free to walk out.
Give a shy crime during load shedding there.
Sure. Ilaphi crime ikhona futhi. Yeah. Mina ngakuhlalela mhlawumbe isimanda naso ngokugadile wena. Ukulandela ukubona ukuthi kanjani uphila kanjani kunabo bani endlini ethola. Kunani nani. Ngiyazi ukuthi ngabo ma 10.
10 is violent ngo7 nje kuyalala
shabona. Ngoma 10 ngayilapho ngena khona ukuthi asikuthulekile asestradini akuna next.
Ngabo 10 vele.
Yeah. Yangena check uDor ke umuntu so lele. Sobuya nento zakho ke.
So wisha kanjani vele yona le breaking yolinka zakhona?
Nje ngizokutshela ukuthi yabona if unyabona ukuthi kwakho kunekari. Kana kumhlambi noma inama alarm. Yathona. Mina ngizoyenza sure ukuthi ikara kangisondeli ngakuyo. Ngoba yeza ungibhayizisa mangizoyithinta mangilokukhipha izinto. Ngizoya ngizolulila window nethi ngena ngalo. Ithi lakhi mhlambe yabona la kwakho. That's all. Kukanjani? Mina ngizongena ngala ngasekitchen.
Oh.
Sure. Lapho ngazikhona ukuthi abantu ababhanye badlale khona utakasawuko.
Okay, so
yabona ngayi ngasekareni unokudlala izinja ngakhona. Yathona. manje indawo engazifuni lezo ngaqala futhi nalama window la aswat la.
Load shedding is mostly opportunistic, where they physically then decide, okay, which targets they have identified to then attack. So it's a broad spectrum. It's just not a cable theft, but it's also very much physically house penetrations, electric fence cutting, domestic penetration into homes, and physically our break-ins and armed robberies.
Theft, a lot. As soon as the power goes out, it's their target to go. You know, it's everything fails at the end, even your alarms, batteries and everything. So they know this as well. And that's when it escalates. It's been, what's it, I can call it murder. Okay. So, you know, they take everything in advantage these days. If there's no power, you know, people can't see. You know, not everybody's that fortunate to have generators and that. Yeah. So yeah.
Just behind the one complex that we look after, there was a guy that was actually physically not from our company, but they were looking after a cable, and he was attacked and actually physically killed. The other incident is where the one guy wanted to cut the cable, electricity cable, and he got shot to death.
I had an officer that was stabbed and killed in a store last year. It happens everywhere.
We were held up at gunpoint in a friend's house during load shedding, myself and my 2 children, along with the friends, robbed by 5 males during load shedding. We had pulled up to their house at around 7 in the evening before going to get takeaways, and they were also walking into the house at that time, and the people may have been literally in the garden with us while we were getting into the house. We wouldn't have even seen them. It was easy for them to hide. It was, as soon as we were inside, they were at the door pushing their way in. Everybody was down on the ground.
At stages where there was load shedding from the whole of Johannesburg throughout Soweto, throughout Roodepoort, Lenasia. Okay, you'll find that the criminal element, the vehicle thefts, murders.
So, maybe Maganga, so as much as Batova actually break in Abatav, maybe Unkatavali Toriana Cabon.
Yeah.
So, Coppola is a Hali, Hata Afa never again. Mamcombileka sort.
Yeah.
Where Coppola in there.
Sure, get cover failure.
Our child no it's a landa.
Sure, I wanna because you be good or was scout al that we can call. Machita cover store bakenera bakila ko siling.
So mawungena ke ufuna ini masongena
ngizokubheka amafoni ukubheka ama laptop ukubheka TV ma-flat screen.
So
namajuwari nyana lapho ifa khona.
so enough as Ruthless veterans, is there anything in Bomawena, Kawatlong China, and just Dorian?
I'm fine over no, what's working, eh? Into a crime. I grind for when I for what fast money. If you want to grind what it's a living out. Basis.
Since the dawn of load shedding in 2008 to the end of 2015, the total number of reported crimes in South Africa rose from 2,150,347 to 2,250,257. When investigating how many of the over 2 million crimes per year were aided by load shedding, no company, institution, organization, or service was willing to release any information or statistics. We are still in the dark as to whether this is due to the facts being unknown or concealed. In early May 2016, it was announced that load shedding has been permanently cancelled due to wise decisions being made. We are now led to question what these wise decisions were, why they were not implemented sooner, and why power outages still plague the country.